This is the future. Evolution. This is the future.
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to this channel. Now, what we're doing today is we're going to start to strip the Corsa because it has a slight issue of overheating. So, I made a video before where we changed the thermostat and we changed the water bottle cap, but unfortunately the damage was done. It didn't help. We've got a leaking head gasket. I suspect the head gasket is blown because when I drive it holds the temperature just below half, but when you stop at your destination the water is boiling like a kettle inside the water reservoir, and that tells me that the damage is done. So I'm going to replace the water pump and I'm going to replace the gasket. Now, to make this video more interesting, I'm going to bring it out in sections because I had a couple of requests where guys wanted to know, like, where did I get the spares, how much did I pay for the spares, and we're going to do this then step by step and see how many videos I can get and how much more in depth we can go this time. I'm going to strip as far as we can. I'm not too much in a hurry. The car's already been standing for a month. I only got the money now to repair it. So, and I also started a new job. So I've got new shift cycle, new way of working. So that's why it's taking so long to do anything on YouTube, because the new job is keeping me quite busy. But anyway, let's get into it. First thing that I want to do is I want to start this car, see if it starts, to make sure that it is in fact running and there's nothing wrong with the timing, and if the battery is still strong. I'm not sure if it's going to start. Let's see if it starts, and then we're going to start the stripping. Well, good news, the car is starting. So in this last few months, what I've done is I've replaced the TPS sensor again, because it was doing that with the idling again and it was revving too high and all that. I also replaced the thermostat, and I also replaced the cap on the water bottle. So those are the three things that I did in the last few months because of the car overheating and so on. So it's idling very nicely. The fuel is a bit low because I stole petrol from this car to put into the bike. So yeah, okay, I just want to move the car into a different position, and then we're going to start the stripping. And sorry about the dog. He's getting overexcited whenever I close the garage on him because he thinks I'm going to ride with the bike. Oh, by the way, the bike is not even here. We found out that strange noise the bike was making was the sprockets and chain that was totally screwed. So the bike is in for repairs again, hopefully for the last time. Okay, let's get to the car. Okay, color me impressed. After we did this paving, this gate was never able to open up fully ever again, that side. But today I tested it and it opened up far enough for me to move the car in. Awesome. Now I can strip the car out of the way, out of sight, and on a more or less level ground than what it was standing on. And I can mess oil on the brand new pavement. Isn't this perfect? Yes, man, I'm so happy, I'm so happy. Okay, so I guess the question is going to be, who is this video for? So, this video is for someone who needs to know how to replace a head gasket and some other components, number one. Number two, this video is going to be for someone who is at this time and age stuck with money because of rising costs and dwindling salaries and everything happening in the world at the moment. You don't have money to take this to a mechanic and pay 4,000 Rand just so that the guy can look at the engine and not even start the job yet. This is for people who don't have money to spend 5 to 6 grand to repair a head gasket or to replace a head gasket. This is for someone who doesn't have all the tools in the world, who's got minimum basic tools and still needs to do this job. This is what this channel has been about since the beginning of from the inception. Is to show people how to do jobs when you've got minimum money, minimum tools, and just a little bit of basic general knowledge. And trust me guys, most of the stuff that I do here, I also Google on YouTube, I also research it. It's not stuff that just came naturally. So to that one guy who asked me, why do you put videos on your channel and you never comment on it? It's because the problems that the guys are sometimes asking me advice for is not problems that I have experienced. It's not problems that I've dealt with. And I'm not going to give comments on something that I've never done or never experienced. That will be stupid. So if you don't get a comment or an answer on something that you ask me, just know it's something that I probably never worked with before. And if I ever get to that point or ever get to that issue, I will also Google it myself. Okay, so let's get going. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to obviously disconnect the battery. You can remove it if you want to. It's sometimes easier just to remove it because then you've got space to work. And the idea is to get rid of any and everything that's on top of the head, because you want to remove the head. So anything connected to the engine, that's what you're going to do. If you're a first time mechanic, apprentice, someone who's trying to learn how to do this job, take photos of every step you do. Take a photo. It will help you when you reassemble. When you don't know where something is going, you can always refer back to the photo. Also, as you are stripping, pack it out on the ground in sequence as you are taking it apart, so that by the day you have to put it back together, you reverse your sequence and put everything back the way that it was. Cool. We're going to start by removing the battery. It's normally a 13 or a 10 spanner, and you just remove or loosen the bolts and you remove the lugs. Okay, so to disconnect the battery, you can always start disconnecting the negative pole first and then the positive. How do you know the difference between a negative and positive pole? Obviously the battery will be marked with a plus or a minus. But in the case that there's no plus and minus, the bigger pole is always the positive and the smaller pole will be the negative. You remove the battery just to make sure that if you touch something or you short out something or you touch metal to the body or something, that you don't blow your fuses and you don't damage the car. Especially for you guys who have got nice big sound systems in their cars, this will help a lot. And then this bottom bracket bolt will be a 13. I got myself this bucket, so you can put all your bolts and nuts in one place so they don't roll over the place. That also helps a lot. Okay, so now that I've loosened this bolt, I'm taking out the bracket. I'm even holding it in the place where you guys can see. I don't have a cameraman, so I'm guessing this is where it should be. This bracket holds your battery. Now I can get to that bolt.
Echoes fade, the screams.
And that is how you remove a battery. Replacing the battery exactly the same way, just in reverse. So okay guys, if you like this video, remember what to do. Subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon so you can get notified of any of my new uploads, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your time or week or day. Bye.